Hello, my starlings! Today, I want you to come along with me as I play with an unusual idea. That Adam from HazbinHotel belongs in hell. Oh God, I can already hear your fingers flying across the keyboard fast enough to start a fire in the comment section right now.
But you, Chan, Adam from HazbinHotel's a really bad boy. Of course he belongs in hell. Everybody knows that. You're not saying anything else that anyone else would already know.
I know! But let me approach this from a completely different direction. What if I was to say that Adam not only belonged in hell, but that Adam would be happier there? Alright, I know on first blush this whole thing seems crazy, but let's look at the clues. Starting with Adam's appearance. At first, his outfit is all bright and white and clean, very on brand for heaven. But as he goes into battle, he swaps out his color palette for something a little bit darker. Okay, a lot darker. I mean, I get it. He's going into war. He wants to look intimidating. But wouldn't he want to look even brighter if the residents of hell are accustomed to darkness? So I think this was just a case of his true colors shining through. I would say that it's a wolf in sheep's clothing situation, but it's kind of more of a goat in sheep's clothing, wouldn't you say? That's not just a pun, I'm coming back to that, I swear. However, let's jump on over to Adam's weapon of choice. His battle axe, which also doubles as a sweet guitar. Now is Adam using it to play heavenly accolades to God, worshipping the master of all creation? Or is he using his guitar to roast the princess of hell, spitting her show of good faith back in her face with that sick rock and roll beat? Yeah, if this was some kind of divine test, Adam would have gotten an F. But remember, my starlings, this is not a video about whether Adam deserves to be in hell or not. This is a video about whether Adam would be happier there. So what does this scene tell us? That Adam enjoys seeing the light leave Charlie's eyes as he dunks on her and tells her in no uncertain terms that her idea of her redemption is stupid. I don't know, shows a little bit of a sadistic streak for me, and something that nasty has no place behind those pearly gates, that's for sure. But you still need to be an actual sinner if you're gonna go downstairs. So while I'm not sure that being mean-spirited is technically a sin, let's see how many of the deadly 7 that Dickmaster indulges in on the regular, shall we? Pride. Well, Adam just can't seem to stop tooting his own horn, so safe to say he's got a lot of it. Envy. Well, it does seem to fit considering how he envies Lucifer's possession of Lilith's love. Wrath. When is Adam not raging? Sloth. I'm just saying, Adam is the laziest, most unmotivated character in the entire series.
Greed.
Adam always wants more. He's never satisfied. Lust. If poor Charlie had to sit through hours of Adam regaling her with stories of his exploits, he's no angel there. And lastly, gluttony. When Adam is not in extermination mode, he's always nomming something. Besides, Lucifer said it himself.
So this is what you've been up to since Eden? Gotta say, you really let yourself go, buddy.
So Adam embodies and even embraces all of the 7 deadly sins. So that means the question on everyone's mind is, why isn't Adam in hell? I honestly think it's a case of him being grandfathered in. I mean, Adam wasn't wrong. Adam did a lot, and I mean a lot, in service to heaven's plans for Earth. Because it wasn't just about making more humans. It was about helping the kids that he did make survive long enough so they could make more humans. Outside of the garden's protection, that wouldn't have been an easy feat. I mean, once Eve, his second wife, ate the forbidden fruit and caused the fall of man, they would have been cast out, yeet, into the wilderness where all manner of terrifying things they'd never seen before would be trying to eat them. It must have been really scary. So of course he got into heaven, but as Lucifer said, he let himself go. And I'm not talking about the gut, fam. I'm talking about going lax and losing whatever redeeming qualities he had that put him there in the first place. If he wasn't who he was, I'm convinced that he would have fallen a long time ago. But my argument is, would that even have been a bad thing? I mean, Adam indicates that he does like certain aspects of hell. He just doesn't like how...
You think I'd come down there? No, I mean, I love the vibe, totally. I love your tunes. Pretty fucking hardcore, don't get me wrong. But it's such a bummer, man. Everything down there is just so, you know? Ew.
Exactly. That's it. He just doesn't like how unclean hell is and how it's always such a bummer. I mean, he goes down there for the occasional extermination and to the consulate to meet up with the rulers of hell. But other than that, I don't think Adam has gotten to experience much of what hell has to offer. And it has a lot to offer. For example, freedom. In heaven, free will is a luxury that not even a seraphim can afford. Even Sarah, an older, more experienced seraphim, sits Emily down and tells her in no uncertain terms that that's pretty much the truth. Which shows that stepping even one toenail out of line could cause Emily to fall, just like Lucifer did. God works in mysterious ways, they say, and those mysterious ways and rules, whether they seem just or not, are absolute. Or else. Oh, but in hell, there's nothing left to lose. So everybody gets free will. Everybody. You, your mom, your dad, your dog. Sure, they use it to blow each other up and indulge in all kinds of unspoken debauchery and destruction, but at least they get a choice. Also, the musical genre that Adam loves to shred Charlie with is technically rock and roll. Did you know that in the 1950s that musical genre was called the devil's music? I know, it sounds absolutely ridiculous today, but way back then, everybody of any kind of authoritative position, and I'm talking about religious leaders, parental groups, even government officials, thought that rock and roll was going to bring about deviancy and the end of civilization as we know it. So in heaven, I wouldn't imagine that Adam has a big audience for his musical talents. I mean, if we're being real, the harp is probably a lot more popular there, with its soft hymns of exultation. But in hell, the man would book out entire stadiums. He would have hundreds of thousands of fans, and having that many people who adore him, well, Adam's ego would be eaten good. And Adam just can't seem to stop skirt chasing, can he? In heaven, I'm pretty sure he gets more than one judgmental look from all of his, escapades. But in hell, it's practically encouraged. I know that this is technically from Hell of a Boss, but a little birdie told me that the two series share the same universe. So imagine all of the parties he could go to and to find his newest hookups. Unlimited options. But that's not all. Since he would probably maintain his fallen angel status even if he did become a demon, he could travel between the realms, my starlings. And I can imagine his eyes lighting up in wonder as he attends one of B's parties for the very first time. And that brings me to my final conclusion. My starlings, I think that Adam from HazbinHotel is suffering from imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is the ongoing fear that someone's going to be found out or unmasked as being incompetent or unable to repeat past successes. He started out the entire human race and he even technically kickstarted civilization. And for all of his hard work and dedication, he got a free ticket into heaven. But he feels the need to keep reminding everybody that he did said great thing, almost as if he's insecure that he hasn't done anything that great since, and is trying to remind all of the holier beings in heaven that he deserves to be there, that he belongs there, even if he doesn't. Now let me take it from another angle, my starlings. In nature, there are many lookalikes. Some flies can mimic bees, octopi can mimic flounders, and cheetah cubs have coats that mimic the ill-tempered honey badger so that predators don't dare mess with them. Let's take a closer look at Adam's appearance. The argument can be made that his armor is meant to give off a Lamb of God vibe, I'm sure, but is that really what you thought of when you saw him for the very first time? The sheep of Christendom are usually depicted as innocent and harmless, not what Adam has going on here. In the shape of those horns. I'll tell you what I thought of Adam the first time I saw him. I thought that he looked suspiciously like a goat. Sheep are associated with heavenly virtues, while goats have demonic imagery attached. Sheep are a little lacking in the common sense department, but they will go where you tell them to go. Goats, on the other hand? Yeah, they can be a real pain in the butt. But guess who's also a pain in the butt? That's right, Adam. So, if Adam really is an imposter, forced to wear a mask to cover up who he really is, why not just leave, and go somewhere else, where his behavior, his tastes, and his, colorful choice in words wouldn't be shamed or looked down on? Well, I honestly think it's because heaven and earth are the only things he's ever known. And with his inflated ego, he thinks he's better than Charlie and everybody else down there because he's in heaven.
Besides, change is really scary.
But let's say that he doesn't have a choice. Let's say that him running into Nifty's knife a few dozen times reset everything, and his soul is judged again. Oh, I can imagine those holier-than-thou archangels rubbing their little hands together in glee, excited that they finally get to send that foul-mouthed, ill-tempered troublemaker downstairs where he belongs. And once he gets down there, well, let me paint you a little picture. Every demon in hell is living through their usual routine under a blood-red sky. The gangsters give the snitches stitches, the typical sinners pursue their pointless pleasures, and the top brass sit around plotting and planning how to seize more power from their, quite frankly, disinterested ruler. But suddenly, a bright light pierces the canopy. Oh my! What is that thing?
Is heaven attacking or something?
Some of the curious onlookers include Charlie, the owner of the HazbinHotel, and the king of hell himself, who knows full well what he's watching transpire, since the very same thing happened to him. Lucifer.
Pick up the pace, guys. Whatever it was must be around here somewhere.
Can't believe I let you drag me all the way out here.
Come on, Vaggie. Think of this like a team building exercise.
Team building my ass, hun. You're just looking for stuff to keep us out of trouble ever since the TV broke. Still got my money on old Antlers being the one who did it in— Ow! Why'd you stop walking? You almost ruined this $1 million mug. That's half the reason I make the big bucks, Oh, yeah, that doesn't look too good.
Deep down in the chasm created by the fall was a charred, barely alive creature.
What in the pentagram is that thing?
It's not a thing, Charlie.
Dad?
It's a who. A who that I'll make sure never hurts you ever again.
What do you mean by— Dad, stop! Don't hurt him!
They're trying to say something.
Don't worry, you're safe.
Charlie leaned close. Really close. Too close.
My baby girl! Oh my god, Charlie, are you okay?
All eyes found the being laying prone on the ground, who started chuckling weakly, even if the act of such a simple thing put him in a world of hurt.
You assholes.
Adam?
Time marches on. Days turn into months, and months turn into years. Meanwhile, Charlie facilitates Adam's rehabilitation under 3 very watchful sets of eyes, each having their own reason for wanting him obliterated. But for her sake, Lucifer, Vaggie, and even Alistair do whatever they can to speed up Adam's healing process, if only to get him out of the hotel. Twitchy fingers regrow confidence as they receive a guitar from the smiley princess of hell. It takes some work, but Charlie manages to round up a small audience for him to play to, hoping that it will give him more friends and to encourage inner healing. But what she didn't expect was for Adam's music, so powerful and lively, to draw more and more people in from off the street. The news spread quickly, and what started out as a handful of demons turned into a concert of thousands. He was even approached by a few demons who wanted to have him play in their clubs. But every last one of them moved aside when an agent from another ring of hell approached.
Hey, new blood. Want to meet someone who'd really appreciate those special talents of yours? I think you really should meet Asmodeus.
Adam was whisked away to the lust ring before Charlie could even catch up. And once he came back, the fallen angel is, for once, at a loss for words. The Princess of Hell sits beside him for a few moments before popping the question, knowing that it's now or never. If Adam wanted to try for redemption so that he could go back home, to heaven. For a minute or two, he thinks about it, idly strumming the strings of his guitar before a genuine smile lights up his face.
You know what, Princess? I'm good as is.
Or something like that. Hi there! Thank you so much for watching this video! I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I hope that you have a fantastic day! Until we meet again, shine bright, my starlings. Well, that's all I've got for you today, my starlings. If you liked the video, please give that like button just a little bit of love. And also, please subscribe! You know, if you want to keep me company. And speaking of love, I want to give some love to my wonderful, my fabulous Patreons! Yay! Arigatou gozaimasu, you're all so wonderful! And I want to give a special shout out to Gorshk, Caleb Short, and Ray099. Arigatou gozaimasu! You really are my superstars. And now, as for all of my starlings, I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye!